For the studio audience.
Beat me to it. We are back. Making sure it didn't screw up any of the lovely ladies or gentlemen. But we are back, and we're now at 98.5. Because I decided to change it a little bit because I'm gonna try to edit it like I did the last one where we had a fuck up. Thank you, King, for coming back. Jesus Christ. We had a quick power surge, which my computer's fine, nothing fried. I had a surge protector and everything, but it cycled everything in my room and scared the crap out of me. So we're going to jump back in with you guys rolling insight checks on O'Brien as he stated, I feel a little undressed for this, so maybe I'll go pick it up now. As Nime and Zex can kind of see that Rem has said something that, like, not upset O'Brien, but gave him some pause and may have soured the mood just a little bit. As O'Brien kind of waves to each, he's like, "Right, go have some fun. I'll be back in a give me half an hour." And he kind of strides off towards the crowd, and a couple of people are actually clinging onto him too, as each of you get a nice little reminder. O'Brien stood and worked with all of you for the dragon himself during the whole dragon event, and he's grabbed onto a little bit of fame and recognition as well. So with that, once after O'Brien kind of filters through the crowd, the rest of you are once again assaulted with people calling out different events that you guys could take part in and join, and with possibly some of you being a little bit more sick and underwhelmed or overwhelmed by the amount of strength competitions, possibly something new is in order. There you hear you can hear a pig catching competition, you can hear an archery contest, you can hear goblin toss off in the
Goblin toss.
It's goblin toss time.
Goblin toss.
All right. Goblin toss, as all of you kind of work your way over there. You can see three buckets, different size buckets, kind of up, and you can see this halfling woman in this bright yellow sundress, kind of laughing and kind of lightly stepping on the counter, just kind of moving back and forth, as each of you kind of move up, and you can see the kind of the person who was just doing it, this half orc with this kind of black hair and a scar along the right side of his head, completely miss this bucket as you watch him lob a ragdoll shaped like a goblin at a bucket, and it clips the side of it and falls out, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry to throw that on you, but that's 0 points. I'm sorry, good sir." He goes, "That's never been my thing." And kind of steps off, and she begins prancing along again, singing kind of what you've done before. One silver for 3 throws. 1 silver for 3 throws. See what points you can get. See what prizes you can get. As you all kind of come up to Goblin Toss.
1 silver? I'll fuck it. Let's do this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Suna,
I'm ready.
You come up first with a silver and give it to this halfling woman. She goes, "All right, so you get 3 goblins. You must throw them into one of our fireplaces." And you can see this crudely drawn flame painted on each of the buckets. There's a large bucket, there's a slightly smaller bucket, and then there's a really tiny bucket. And she kind of points to them and is like, if you throw it in the massive grand fireplace, you get 1 point. If you throw it in our good old standard fireplace, you get 2 points. And then if you throw it in our little hovel fire pit, you get 3 total points. So, what are you trying to win? Well, you get 1 to 2 points, and you get one of my homemade candies. You get 3 to 5, and you can have a small, and she pulls out like a small like wooden string puppet. It looks fine. It looks like maybe something that you'd spend like 5 copper on. 6 to 8, you can have a little goblin ragdoll yourself. Keep as a keepsake. And then finally, if you hit 9 total points, you can have, as she pulls out this stitched stuff doll, probably about maybe like just a foot long, of the World Eater herself, and it's this red dragon doll that she's made. All right. As soon as
we're going for the.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
She picks.
We're going for the big prizes.
She picks your silver and puts forth 3 goblin dolls. You will declare which fireplace you want to throw the doll into, the big, medium, or small one, and then you will make a improvised attack, ranged attack, which is just a d20 plus your dex modifier.
Is Esme doing this one too?
He's watching. He hasn't said anything yet. He's just kind of watching aside. But Suna, you pick up your first doll. Where are you throwing it?
Can I put luck on these?
What rolls are you allowed to put luck on? Attack rolls? Because they are attacks.
I think it's 10.
Is it a sorcerer feature?
When another creature you see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
So another creature.
That I can see. I can see myself.
Does it say another creature?
It does say another creature.
So you cannot do it to yourself.
So it's just deck.
Just dex plus a d20 roll. Let me know if you're going big, medium, or small. You're going for the 1-point hole, the 2-point hole, or the 3-point hole.
I'm going for 3 points.
3 points. All right. The small fireplace. Roll your roll.
Uh, 16.
16. You watch as Suna. Do you go for underhand or overhand? What was Suna do?
Probably over.
Over, as you deftly kind of wind back by your ear and flick it as a small arced goblin slams into the bucket and it kind of wobbles but settles. You have 3 points. Good shot. All right. Next goblin.
15.
15. Once again, you pull back, lob it, and punk, hits the bucket as it spins again. 3 more points. You're almost to a perfect game. Final goblin.
17.
17. With 3 good shots, punk, the final bucket filled to the brim with goblins. As she kind of cheers for you and claps her hands. Congratulations! And here is, and she grabs and kind of hoists it over to you, this doll of Abra's duel. Here is your very own World Eater. Kind of pats the doll as she sets it into your arms.
Thank you.
Does anyone want to try? Anyone else?
Like, is she asking if we want to throw the dolls?
Yeah, if anyone else wants to step up.
Well, I want to try.
All right. Nime, you step up. You'll pay a silver.
Okay.
And you can, it's the same thing. So if you want to go big hole, medium, or small for the fireplaces. Obviously,
And
the
how are
bigger
they
one's
pointed
easier to
again?
hit. Big one is 1 point, medium is 2, and small is 3.
I want to go straight for the small one.
All right.
Or at least try. And then what am I rolling?
D20 plus your dex modifier.
Okay. So I rolled a 16, meaning an 18.
All right. You throw it and once again plop into the bucket as it kind of shudders a bit, but a solid hit. 3 points. The next goblin's handed to you.
Okay. I'll aim for the medium-sized one.
All right.
A little less. 17.
17. Easy enough as it plops straight into the medium fireplace bucket. She claps. 2 points. You're at 5. One more goblin.
Oh, great. I'm gonna aim for the small one again.
The small one?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
16.
For an 18.
As slams into the bucket as it hits the side and the goblin slides into the hole. And 8 total points. Winning you as she goes and collects the dolls and she gives one of them to you. Your own goblin, Ragdoll.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for playing.
Nime's gonna try and force Esumi to play.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll do great. It'll be good.
Of course. I did used to play this when I was a young man. We'll see. Anything I should be going for? A dragon, a goblin doll, one of the toys, or just
You should
candy?
get the big dragon.
Big dragon? Alright. And he kind of takes and kind of looks at you, and you can see him thinking. And you watch as he lobs one up into the air, like a full arc. Okay? And then as that one's moving up, he throws right, like even within a second, as one goes up, he throws the other one in an underhand, like this fast straight line. And even with the disadvantage I imposed on him, you watch as the arc one stops the velocity of the other one and both of them fall into the single bucket.
Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now?
You have to try something new. And then he just kind of almost like lazily side hand tosses the other one. Yeah, and with the 24 into the other bucket. I told you I was good at this.
This man's got W Riz. Are you kidding?
And with that, she kind of claps her hands with just, and a spectacular throw. And she pulls out this other, and it's very obvious that this halfling woman has like made and knitted and gotten all these for them. As she hands another. No two Abra's duels look the same, and this one you can see erroneously the edges of the wings of this fluffy one of this fluffy Abra's duel doll are stitched with orange to try to almost like make a pseudo trail of fire behind the wings. As Azumi takes it and immediately just kind of spins and plops it in your arms, Nime, along with the goblin doll.
Oh my goodness. I thank you so much. You did so good.
Thank you. I try.
I didn't expect you to be so good at that.
I did it when I was a young man. Let's. Someone else want to try? His voice kind of getting high strung. If no one else wants to do this, there's a quick 10-minute break and recess as you can hear some horns kind of blow outwards as people begin pointing up the skies, and you can see these wyverns and dragonelles soar through the sky and dive down over the market square, passing only within probably 50 feet of everyone's heads as they do this sweeping dive motion before pulling back up into the air. Some people directly underneath him can even feel the breeze of these mighty and strong wings. It's a amazing display of skill that is only tempered for those of you that fought alongside them. You can see the squad of 20 total in the air, and for most people it's an amazing show of force, but for those of you that were on the day and saw how many of them there were originally, it is a bittersweet sky parade. But nevertheless, those who survived and those who have prevailed and become Sky Riders in the interim are still strong, are still prideful, and still command the skies. So, with that inserted monologue out of the way, we're going to hear some more yells. We're going to do, I think, one more game for all of you. How's that sound? And then we'll find out what comes next with the...
What comes next?
What comes next with the unveiling, because you all have to at least go towards the northern side of the square. As you were all told and sorted that there would be... you guys would be expected to show up there a little bit earlier, as the northern side of the fountain, there will be the unveiling of the sculpture, where then it will be moved towards the northern side of Greywall, where then it will be actually set, but they're revealing it in the square for the festival's sake. And it might be more appealing to Suna than the rest of the people to get there, because as far as you know, that's where the royals and the ambassadors are meant to congregate. But a possibility for one more game for the folks. I'll throw out the last couple. There is the Dragon Race. There is Dart Trick Shots. There is the Debate Contest. There is the Knowledge Contest. And finally...
I know we have one more game, but does that not include the drinking contest for Rem and Zex?
If they want to do the drinking contest, we can have that.
Do that.
Would that be the last thing?
We can do whatever.
Oh, but I mean, would we have one and then they do the thing? Because I know specifically that they were the only two that wanted to partake in that.
Mm-hmm. They could do it like that. I'm going to give the last thing, which is also pie eating contest, which could supplement it. But if not, we can do this one, and then Rem and Zex can have their drink off.
I'm going to do the knowledge contest.
Vote for knowledge.
Out of the knowledge of the debate, I gotta be good at something.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna sit out the last couple games. I'm just gonna hang out with Esme.
Alrighty.
Ray, I'm gonna set up the next game too, yeah.
Alright.
As surprising as it may be, Gil is not good with knowledge nor debate.
Alright. So,
It's sad because these are the only things I'm good at. I did the slapping competition. You guys have to do it too. I chop the wood. I do the slaps.
Fuck,
I
he's
shoot
got
the
a
gun.
point. Okay, I'll join. You got it. It's fine.
Okay.
You deserve a win. Everyone deserves a dub somewhere.
Everyone deserves a dub. All right. So, who's participating in the knowledge contest?
I will.
All right.
I will as well.
Okay. So we got 3 so far. All right. We'll have Azumi will come in as well for 4. So, there is a basically you guys come up to this section where there are benches kind of across, and there are these kind of small sheets of parchment and quill set aside, and there is a actual like half orc, but he has like these small spectacles on his face that is kind of talking, and he kind of invites you all in and hello, and let me give you some standing rules for our Papihos knowledge competition. As 4 of you competing, and so we'll keep this friendly for the moment.
There's only 4.
Unless if you would like to wait for more, we can start with you 4, or we can go up all the way to 12. Would you like this to be a challenge?
The crowd followed us, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of
I'd
them are
like a
watching,
challenge.
if you want to shout out.
I'd like a small challenge here. I'll try to get at least 4 more.
Mm. You should be careful what you wish for, dear.
Careful what you wish for, you might just get it. I know.
This is something
It
that I
shows
could...
up.
This is something I could... Well, I've been making fun of you all since the slapping competition, of course. You know
Oh, she's
that.
been here the whole time.
I've been off and on. You get thrown about. This is something I can do without getting my dress dirty, and I think I will. As some other kind of general... it looks like one of the stable boys from Gideon's stables kind of steps forward and agrees to it. And you guys kind of move, and another another kind of tiefling woman steps forward and agrees to it, and all of a sudden, through you guys asking, kind of shows up, and he goes, the half orc kind of scholar goes, all right, that seems to be good enough. You'll be competing for these general trophies of personal design and make. And he pulls forth, and he has this 3 sets of quill and ink bottles. One of them copper, one of them silvered, and one of them gold. So, what will be happening is the 8 contestants will all be asked questions, and will be silently writing them down. They will reveal their answers, and those that are right will get a point. Eventually, of course, as we run through the 8, the contestant with the highest score will win. If at the end of the 8 questions there are 2 people tied, we will do a lightning round where whoever shouts out the answer first will win. So, here we go. What will happen is on a rolling check. So they're either going to be an Arcana check, a History check, a Nature check, or a Religion check. If you guys are tied,
So,
I can give you
Remy's-
guys, and it's one of you two, and it's one of you guys, I will give you a legitimate Papihos question, like a legitimate trivia question. Whoever answers it first can do it. And if neither of you do it, we'll roll off for it. So, there are the 3 of you, Barris, and 4 other contestants. As I pull up 4 extra dice and have a D4 on standby. So, the first of the questions that he asks are a nature check. So please roll a nature check, and I will roll the
Alright.
DC. Okay.
There's no fucking way. I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
It was coming. It was bound to happen.
So everyone reveals Barris is correct. The Gideon's stableman is correct. The other 3 are wrong. Rem,
At a natural 20.
natural 20. Rem is correct. Zex,
18.
18. Zex is correct. So, Nime no point. Rem point. Zex point. Next question, we're going to just kind of rapid fire it. Just to get through. We'll actually just do 4 questions, and then just to get through it. The next question is a religion check. So everyone roll a d20.
11.
Okay. No point for Nime. No point for the 4 NPCs. Point for Barris. Rem.
Sadly, I nat 1.
No point for Rem
Funny, huh?
on a religion. Zex.
I had a 16.
Point for Zex. Barris and Zex are at 2. All right. Third question is a nature check again. Please roll. Okay.
17.
Oh,
18.
22.
Everyone but this one poor guy gets this one. As it's something very obvious about, like, what is the name of the woods north of Greywall, and everyone has written out Scattering Woods except this one guy who's just like Northern Woods, and that's it. So
Right, salamine beans.
currently Zex and Barris are in the lead with 3. So final question. We're gonna re-roll that because I don't want another nature one. Is a Arcana check.
Ah!
All right.
14.
14.
15.
Point. Rem.
10.
That is not enough. And Barris gets a point. Well, it's not fair for me to have Barris do the trivia against Zex, but Zex and Barris are tied. So
Have Helminia do the trivia against me.
have Helminia?
Yeah.
Okay.
You fool. You absolute buffoon. You
Uh-huh,
absolute ingrate. I'm sober. You're fox.
Right. Hit me.
Hit ya. All right. And kind of the half orc scholar just kind of right, and he kind of looks at the 2 of you and ponders for a second. What is the primary religion in Decaria?
It's Bahamut.
Correct.
Yep. Damn.
As Helminia by proxy Barris says Bahamut, I guess.
It's the faith of the Church of Bahamut.
It was Bahamut. And he goes, "Of course!" And people goes, and she kind of leans over and is like, well, and she kind of, I believe, I guess people probably tied on second for 2 points, or 3 points, I should say. Or no, was it just Rem that had 3 points?
I don't even think I had 3. I think I had 2.
Nime, did you have 3?
I only had like 2, I think.
All right.
Wait. No, I had 3.
Okay.
With the last one.
So Barris gets the golden pen. Zex, you get the silvered pen, and Nime, you get a coppered pen, and each of them come with an inkwell.
Ooh, cool.
I have
And what was the entry cost for this one again, real quick?
This one was 10 silver.
10 silver. Okay.
Wow, who knew I'd lose dice rolls in a dice rolling
In a
game?
dice rolling game.
Nime is going to give her pen to Rem just because she doesn't really have a use for it.
I don't want that. I don't want your pity. I'm going to the drinking contest.
Look, it's not pity. I simply just am not going to use it.
It's a pen. You're gonna write something on paper.
Eventually.
No.
Nime just has all these trinkets, like a stuffed dragon, a stuffed goblin, the necklace, the pen. All
I do what I do best.
I feel
Sulk.
so good.
All right.
I was, wait, what does, frickin' God, Gil, what does he have right now?
He has a badge. Or like a coin, I believe.
Okay, that was from the chopping, wasn't it?
Yeah, the stump chopping contest.
Heck yeah.
He got an axe coin. So, is anyone going to do the final competition, the ale drinking contest with Rem?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
Alrighty. Well, the ale drinking contest is right up about it as people want to get liquored up, booze cruised before the ceremony. And so, the two of you, there are 10 other people that you guys kind of get set at this long spruce wood table, and you can see this large mug of ale is set in front of each of you. And this kind of red-haired half-elven woman with the hair tied tightly into a braid at the back of her head kind of paces beyond the table, and she kind of talks snappily at each of you. So, right, you're supposed to start drinking when I say drink. If you can't finish your glass, you leave the table, don't come back. You, first place will get a silver chalice. Everyone else gets fuck all. You understand? You're already here to drink my shit, and you're not getting anything else out of me. Everyone understand the rules? One final rule for all of you, and no punching each other in the guts. If I see it, I'm kicking you in the ass. Everyone ready to drink? And you can hear this kind of rouse from everyone else. Two of you ready?
Oh, yeah.
And 3, 2, 1, drink! And you guys start off with the first round of this large mug of bright woodied ale. Both of you will make a Constitution saving throw.
Mm. 8.
8.
16.
Yeah. If I'm feeling it, I gotta stop because I don't want to be drunk for the ceremonies.
It's not even that. Rem, what'd you get?
16.
16. Rem, you drain the cup and set it down, and you can see there are some people that are just oh, you didn't fail the check by 10. You're fine. you can see some people just taking it slowly as they just came here for the alcohol, and she kind of raps them on the back of the head. She's like, okay, you're out, you're out, you're out. And you turn to the side and see Zex as he's drinking, and then he coughs and kind of spits up. And as soon as you do that, Zex, there's a sharp rap on the back of your skull, and she's like, all right, get out.
Okay,
As you lose on the first round.
that's fine.
All right.
Oh wait, was that a con check or con save?
Save.
That was a save? Okay, never mind.
Is there a difference for you?
Yeah, because I don't have proficiency in con checks, so I get to add half my proficiency because of Jack of all trades.
It's even worse.
Well, no, it was an 8 without,
Mm-hmm.
so I was wondering. Because with it, I would have been like, I don't know, like 11 or 12, I think.
Yeah. So, the next one is Splinter Tooth, as the mugs are set in front of the 8 remaining contestants. Everyone tilts back the yellow. She says, 3, 2, 1, drink! And DC con saves for everyone. I'm not even saying the DC. Uh-oh.
I can't catch a fucking break in this dice rolling game. I got a 9.
You got a 9.
I
As
can't catch a fucking break, man.
as
I can't catch a single fucking break.
as you're drinking, you're doing well in front, and then the guy next to you coughs and throws up all over the place, and it causes you to pull away. But even with that, she kind of smacks, like wraps you on the back. It's like, all right, out.
Can I catch her hand before she hits me?
Sure. Make a dex save. We'll do it like that. Yeah.
10!
You're still
Oh
able to
my-
catch it. She's a normal person. As you're able to catch her hand kind of coming towards your back.
I've been kicked out of enough bars, ma'am. I don't need another rap on the head. It'll make me stupid.
At least one of you know your manners. As it goes, the others, cut in half completely with 4 people left. The rest of you all kind of converge back into the group. You all know that you're being expected for the unveiling of the statue. Would all of you like to head over there?
Yeah.
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 Just in case I got anything on me, I'll quickly clean up with prestidigitation.
Easy enough. You all begin. You guys all begin to make your way up northward, and you've got some people coming with you, others petering off towards other games and things. But you all make your way there, and you all kind of, especially because a lot of you have very, very high perception, head towards the northern side, and eventually you can kind of hear the chattering of people, the softer music being played, and overall the kind of voices of Princess Roxy, her father, her mother, as there's this kind of line of people who are coming up to talk to them, shake their hands, and all of this, as the 6 of you kind of roll into distance. Suna, you can kind of see that Roxy's in the middle of like saying, it's like, and I hope you have a wonderful festival, as she kind of looks past the woman who she's shaking the hand of, and you can see kind of just this small smile suppressed on her face as she sees the rest of you all kind of come, but she immediately kind of reverts back with only a second of her face breaking, I guess, as the 6 of you kind of walk up. You guys are immediately greeted by Vardair, who walks up to this section that has been kind of sectioned off. There's a couple gray wall guards, but as he kind of pushes past them, you can see he's in this bright green kind of silk shirt with these golden lines kind of crisscrossing across it. And welcome! It is good to see that you've all made it, and you all are looking fantastic and fresh and ready to show the world what memorial we've made for this this wonderful anniversary. Trust the festivities have been kind.
Festivities have been amazing.
That is good to hear. And we
Oh my
will...
god, was that a question? Hold on. I
Yeah.
thought he was just making a
You
statement.
guys, look,
Yeah, I
in
kind of
real
did
talk-
too.
In real talk, you guys scared the shit out of me because I thought my power cycled again.
No, I thought he
Oh
was
my
just
god,
like,
no. I thought he was making a statement, so I didn't want to just like cut him off.
Fucking
Games
Yeah, I
are
thought he-
not in
silence.
time.
I thought he
awkward.
just kind of said that
Goddamn
it was
silence.
just like, oh yeah, great festivities.
Nime's got plushies out the
You
ace, so
do.
she's very happy.
Did I get anything
And
from the dance contest?
he kind of looks over and just goes, this friend that you have with you, he's gesturing to Azumi, is he of to stay with you, or?
Nime's gonna look at Esumi and look back at this man and go, yeah, he can stay with me.
All right. Let's head to, and we'll show you all your places and get this get this going. As it is not much, but a quick presentation. We show off the monument, and the king's speech later on will cover much more. But this is just a kind of showing an exhibit that we are very happy to see you all here for, to represent, and we hope you like it. It's a memorial, just as much as in praise to you, all as a remembrance to those who fought the beast and her army. Please follow me, and he kind of leads you all behind the Grey Wall guards over, and you can see this massive like red cloth that has been draped over this large 20-foot tall, you assume, statue underneath. It's a massive statue in size, but as you all know, if it's not going to be 1-to-1, and you're probably a little happy about that. You all kind of move over and kind of feel or hear this kind of voice pipe up as each of you kind of turn your heads, as Vardair is already getting distracted by looking at something. Roxy is broken away from the line and goes, "It's very good to see you all here, and glad that Vardair's messages made it to those of you that were gone. I had to also thank you all for being an excuse for me to break away from that line. It's been a long day of shaking hands and talking to people. How's the day been? That sounds weird. Miss Nime, that's a lot of thing, as she's just kind of awkwardly gesturing over to you, Nime, who still has these armful of dolls and
Yeah, oh my gosh. I look like I just went to the county fair. That's what
Yeah.
I look like.
the best part.
The best part. I can't say that these are all my winnings, but definitely worth it today. How are you, princess?
I'm good. I wish I could have gone down there, but duty and all that stuff, very important, very important. But I'll be sending well wishes through you all in every fun thing that you all do. So, like, small victories. But we'll get through this part, and then we'll get through my father's speech, and then I'll be good to do something else. Maybe slip away, do something of my own volition.
Out of character, how public is Suna and Princess at the moment?
How public?
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I didn't think I would. So never mind. Continue.
But
Well,
it's
if you need help slipping away, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. But I'll be immediately noticed if I'm not here or by my father's side when he's giving his speech. So you have to wait for everything. So it's good things come to those who wait. I think I've heard that somewhere in a book. It's just stupid. Look, it's a day of celebrating the heroes of Greywall and the heroes of Decaria and those who stood up against tyranny of a dragon and fought and slung spells and screamed and threw swords and shot arrows and all that stuff, and now I have to shake thousands of people's hands, and that's just my burden. That's what you do.
Can I slip something into her hand?
If you want to, you can make a sleight of hand check.
Cool. I'm gonna try to slip the ring that I won earlier into her hand.
Sure. Sleight of hand.
18.
18. As you just kind of move close, and she feels the ring and immediately like snatches it up. Those of you with high passive perceptions would notice something being traded between them, but you wouldn't exactly know what. But the majority of the group goes without knowing, as she just takes it and immediately it's palmed in her hand.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because, sorry, what is a high passive perception?
If
Because this is the first one that I have, like,
if you-
wow,
if
it's
you-
above a +1.
If you beat that roll, that sleight of hand roll. If you
Oh,
match
hang
it,
on.
you don't notice, but if you beat it, you do.
Yeah, I have no idea. Never mind.
Okay. So, as she just kind of takes it, but I think the 5 of you have the easy job of the day. You just have to stand there, look pretty, and maybe give like a slow, quiet, silent clap as the thing gets pulled down. If they ask you to come on stage during the event, you can come on stage and wave and do all that. The process should be painless, and then it'll be over, and then I'll do my best to slip away, and yeah, then we can have I don't know, maybe some of the games will still be going when that's all done. Hopefully, I haven't missed everything.
Hopefully not.
Well, let's get you back to Vardair. We'll get you on your spots, and let's get this first part over with. As Vardair comes back, and he immediately kind of almost like herds you all away into his section. Rem, you specifically know that like Vardair's been the main one in charge of all this, and so he's probably got this perfect thing kind of trying to go on and trying to maintain and control as many things as possible, as he has a spot for each of you to stand like in an order so that everyone can see each of you and and like you don't block the view of the statue by any regards, of not blocking the royals of any regard, and the other ambassadors that are there. And with that, you can hear this small kind of ringing trumpet that sounds out as people start funneling in and approaching this kind of semicircle where you can see the crowd with this brighter ringing horn that symbolizes one of the main events happening. The crowd immediately thickens into this mass soup of bodies and shoulder-to-shoulder people, craning to get a look at what the statue is. As thousands of eyes are trained on you. Closer to 10,000 than 1,000 in this moment. You can see the king and queen and the princess all kind of step back, and there are set up chairs that they each kind of lean and sit back in as Vardair steps forward. One of the court mages that sometimes accompany ambassadors or others for other things kind of steps forward and takes out this, you guys realize it's a wand, and kind of flicks it, and you can see it kind of glow slightly before handing it to Vardair. As Vardair takes the wand, and you can immediately hear his inhale more clearly, as through a evocation spell, it's amplifying his voice and spreading it out among the crowd. The voice booms out. Hello and welcome. Please, and his hand kind of raises up, and you can see it takes probably half a minute before everything kind of begins to fade. Not necessarily the talking and babbling of the crowd, but the heavy music, the general laughter of children, all of that kind of parses down and away, and he allows it to kind of simmer for a second, looking a little pleased with himself that he's able to hold this crowd, even for a moment. Citizens of Papihos, we are gathered here to reminisce about both the tragic loss of life on this day, but also overcoming one of our greatest adversaries. To my right, we have 5 of our cherished heroes who on this day bravely faced down the World Eater. To commemorate not only these 5 people, but also the sacrifices of the Grey War Guard and the Decarian Skyriders, along with the Kendran airship navigators, we dedicate this monument as a memorial to those who fall and those who rose to the challenge. And as he kind of waves, each of you kind of feel this rush of wind as he pulls, as some of the guards pull off this red fabric. You can hear the sound of fabric against stone moving as this large, wide, 20 by 20 at the base statue. This kind of twirling, rising storm of a statue. As each of you look upon it, at the bottom you can see the small pints of maybe even just a half foot to several inches, and you can realize of trees to soldiers, of a small diorama of faceless people facing off against even smaller mock-ups of kobolds along the bottom among the scattered woods. And then one of the trees in the statue, this set of massive trees are alight, and the smoke in stone form swirls up to cradle a statue of the airship that you were all a part of. This swelling stone structure is impressive and obviously probably top-heavy, as this massive, hopefully not solid work of stone encompasses the skyship, and you can see small beams of what are supposedly like carved magic energy, and the glowing crystal and the ballistas and cannons aboard the airship in these masterfully carved stone sculptures. And of course, encircling the skyship itself, almost like a snake, a cobra curling around a wild boar, this massive caricature of Abra's Duel, her tail stretched just long enough to fully encompass the bottom of the skyship, her maw opened wide as though she was either roaring into the face of the fearless crew or about to plow them all with this large fire breath to encompass the entire deck. The statue is awe-inspiring, this massive set. Those of you that were there can see where things have been shifted. Abra's Duel is now as large as the skyship itself, this cradling umbrella that takes up 50% of the top sculpture to make her this massive, imposing, brutish beast that you all were entangled with. The ship itself in this massive condition, of course, being torn into by the claws of the beast, but the rest of it unscathed. The trees burning, but the forest as a whole standing. The ranks of the guard holding firm in this isolated moment of perceived time. And of course, massive blows to the dragon army itself. Large pockmarks where you could guess craters have formed from either arcane spells or other shot. The statue is inspiring. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. As the the sheet comes down off, revealing it to all, you can hear this this sight of awe as everyone looks at it and claps, this rousing applause that comes from it as Vardair beams of getting to reveal this monument. He kind of turns and looks back at this before turning back to the audience and goes, "This monument will be moved at the end of the festival over to the first crossroads before entering the castle Greywall, as a reminder to our strength and our sacrifice. Thank you." And he kind of raises his hands up and the applause roars to a crescendo as each of you kind of look at each other. And the ceremony is quick, yet impactful. What do you all do?
Are we still, like, up front?
Yeah, you guys are right there. You guys have the best view of the sculpture, but it seems Roxy was very correct. You all stood there, looked pretty, and Vardair did the talking.
Damn.
And can I make a perception check to see if there's anyone who's too thrilled about this? Like, anyone who's not clapping or something?
Sure.
Okay.
I would like to look for a suspicious being,
Whi-
if that's something I can
Yeah.
which, by the way, is, do any of you not clap? Or are all of you clapping going with the whole presentation?
Wow.
Well, I'll clap.
Yeah,
do. Yeah, I'll clap.
28.
28. Nime, you're looking for suspicious?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that
No.
was gonna be like okay. I rolled an 18. What is it now? Investigation, perception?
Perception.
Okay. 24.
24. You guys all kind of look out from the audience, look up and around, looking for people. Some of you not even unaccustomed to seeing or doing things yourself on rooftops, look over on the rooftops that are several thousand feet away, looking to see if there's anyone even perched up there. But all that's perched on rooftops are birds, and all that is in the crowd, the only people that you can even possibly see not clapping, as you notice, are arbiters that are in the crowd, that are looking around themselves. And it's a thing of like, Zex with the highest perception rolled, not highest passive. I don't know actually which one of you have higher, you or Rem, but you can even see like the splash of blonde hair as Gwen is looking through, and even when the crescendo of applause, even she kind of like still looking around is clapping on her own accord. But the rest of the arbiters, those that are left, the 4 that are left, or 5, yeah, those that are left are just scanning the crowd themselves.
Do they look suspicious of something?
They just look like they're keeping watch.
Okay.
They don't look like they're looking for anything in particular.
Man, I don't trust the arbiters. I don't. I really don't.
You distrust Suna?
JC.
Yeah.
I have all the arbiters in front of me, right? All the remaining ones,
at
right?
varying distances in the crowd, yeah.
I am going to activate my eyes of the grave.
Okay.
Am I
Ooh.
perceiving any undead in the area?
Any undead. Okay. How far do your eyes of the dead go?
Oh.
I think it's just my sight line. Give me.
Gotcha. I'm seeing whether the
I think it might be 60 feet, but
60
I'm
feet.
taking, like, a
Okay.
quick look
Well,
right now.
that's a thing of just like seeing whether like the Master of
Oh.
Evocation's out of your range or something.
Uh,
Because all of the arbiters that are alive are in the crowd.
60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover
Gotcha.
and that isn't protected from divination magic.
So, yeah, it's a thing of you get a sense of the range that your eyes can hold of seeing that, as even the Master of Evocation, which you know would shine on this, they're too far away, and so the only arbiter that's like really up close is Gwen herself, and she's fine, and none of the people within the crowd are undead. Within the
Damn, I would-
closest.
Then that
How-
other thing.
Stop it.
How's that
How-
other thing going?
The other thing, nothing.
Okay.
How obvious would it be if I tried to cast like True Seeing up here?
I mean, you spraying something in your eyes, definitely the people in the front would see.
Who's in the front? Just random people?
Just random people, yeah. Gwen is within like 60 feet of the front, but yeah.
Sure, whatever. They can see. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. And how far does that go?
True Seeing is just it's all out to a range of 120 feet.
Okay. Look, I'm very scared of bringing up the audience thing. But I'm checking on my thing. I'm just afraid that if I bring it onto your guys's screen, everything's gonna crash. And at this point, I'm a little nervous.
So I can see, so I have true sight, and I can see a little bit into the ethereal plane, and everything that's like, it's just true sight, basically.
Mhm. As it
Yeah.
washes over the front row of people, you can see there's a couple of interesting things I guess you could see with true sight. 120 feet, you can see Gwen is in there, and you can see that there is a general slight illusory magic around her, obscuring some of her pouches and general like magic accoutrement, hiding her component pouch, disguising that sort of thing. And she actually has changed the yellow inlining of her hood just to be a more grayish color, with illusion magic.
Okay.
What other arbiter is close? Yeah, I mean, Master of Transmutation, which is funny because I don't think any of you have actually met her, because she's been gone for a long time. As you guys look over at the Transmutation one, which is actually the arbiter with a brown inlining, so they haven't even bothered to obscure that. Zex, you'd be able to see that she's actually shimmered her face, and so before you were like, oh, this arbiter that we've barely seen, I guess they were this half-orc woman. You can actually see underneath it they, as well as what you remembered the abjuration arbiter being, is also an Asimir. And in a weird little thing, you'd be like, maybe the abjuration and transmutation arbiters are brother and sister.
Okay.
But those are the two arbiters you see and can get in true sight. And everyone else in the audience? No, Jensen doesn't have anything fun on him, but Jensen's in the crowd.
Okay. And a quick glance around on the stage, and then I should be good.
Looking over at ya boys, you can actually watch as Rem kind of holds his hand in front of his mouth, and this kind of interesting effect as you watch as he mumbles something, and you can literally watch this kind of shroud of magic come from his lips, go over to the statue, and like coat it in like this, like, and you can guess that Rem is searching the statue. That some of you might not be as, not all of you might be as at ease as you might have been pretending to be. Looking to the left, nothing on Vordair, nothing on the High King, High Queen, nothing like that. Nope. Nothing
Okay.
where you're standing.
Nothing crazy. Okay, that'll remain up for an hour.
Okay. As all of you do that, as all of this happens, you can see the crowd clapping as all of you are looking, and the crowd begins to kind of, once this quick event is over but important in their eyes, the crowd begins to disperse, going back south towards the games, or in a multitude of directions for food, for drink, as there's going to be a quick kind of pause as everything gets shifted over. The Greywall Guard checks the stage, all that kind of security things for the High King, High Queen, and Princess before the actual speech starts. And with that, you can watch the arbiters kind of parse outwards, and you can hear this kind of shifting as Yenta, in this kind of more breathable armor, kind of shifts through, kind of stepping through and beginning to give orders to different of the Greywall Guards that are on security. Yes, Nime?
Sorry.
You're good.
I would imagine we're probably going to end session soon, but before we do, I would like to cast Detect Thought. on everybody that's on stage.
Okay. We will do that. So just kind of going through.
Mm-hmm.
We can just start with the far right of Yenta, and he's just thinking of well, that went well. Maybe security's been all good. The walls are secure. We've been checking people. Everything's all right. And then one of the guards distract him, and he begins kind of chewing him out. The guards are both very focused on their task as you pass over them. Then we go Gilgamesh. General thoughts? Just what's at the top of Gil's head?
Top of Gil's head. This is kind of stupid.
Gil's thinking about
He,
monster trucks.
He
Monster trucks.
Monster trucks
He's
would
like-
make amazing linebackers in the NFL.
He's like, he doesn't really care to be here. It's like he could be doing better things with his time, but it's just like, nah, whatever. Kind of like a, I don't know, a teen gets dragged to like their younger siblings like performance for something, and you're just like, damn, this kind of sucks, but it's like I can't really get out of it, so I guess I'll be here.
Gotcha. Next to move over, because you're not going to read your own mind, is Zex.
Zex's thoughts are floating around, so you sort of see an image of him just looking around, I guess, and Rem casting something on the statue, him telling O'Brien that he should go and get his shield, and then Rem's voice saying catastrophe.
Okay.
Suna.
I hope the princess can get away later.
Oh my gosh.
Rem.
Okay.
I'm seeing how much detect thoughts actually gives you.
It's surface
Looming
thoughts.
thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not pressing for anything right now. I'm just going down the line.
Anything that Rem is immediately thinking in the moment.
It's strange because usually when the few times you've maybe parsed over Rem's thoughts, it was slow and like deliberate.
Mhm.
This is not one of those times. The moment you sweep over Rem, it's like a clap directly in your face. Everything is happening all at one time. Rem is perceiving everything all at one time to the best of his ability. And if I had to give you a phrase, you get, she won't get over on me this time. And that's all you get. It's too jumbled to get anything else.
Okay.
All right. Are you, I guess, moving on to Vardair?
Yeah.
Vardair, you can almost hear the sweat in his thoughts. Of just, oh, well, one more event to go, and then everything else just coasts. We'll be good.
Is Esumi not on stage? I thought he was with me.
Ezumi has been kind of moved off to he's on the stage, but he's like, he's kind of off to not be confused with the group of heroes, and he's currently walking back over now that the event's over, and he feels like, okay, I can go over here now.
Can I get any thoughts on him at the moment?
Sure. It's a general thing of, it's of the day of just like, well, I hope I'm not. God, I don't know how to act at things like this, and it's it's dumb, but it's been fun. I don't know. I hope I get to meet some more people, the people that are helping Nime through. And then the second his eyes meet yours, you can hear the, oh, something's wrong.
Nime is going to. Does Rem have anything blocking telepathy?
Just say it into the ring.
No, like actual telepathy. I'm not about to say it out loud.
Are you trying to pry?
No, I'm trying to telepathically speak to you.
She has a different ability.
No.
Okay. Nime is going to try not to be too pry-y, but telepathically speak to Rem
Mm-hmm.
with the words, if there's something dangerous happening, I'd like to know.
Am I allowed to respond?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Is that part of the thing?
Let me check. Telepathy. You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet of you. Are in language you know, and the creature understands only if it knows that language. Your communication does not give the creature the ability to respond to you telepathically.
So no.
Rum's gonna look at you and say, pursue your own thoughts. And nothing else.
Nime's offended.
Mime shouldn't be poking around in my skull like a fucking weirdo.
Oh, she wasn't. She was just listening.
Oh, I know. Rem knows. Grandpa Rem knows.
She's going to say back to him, then I don't expect to have you asking me for any sort of help, if that is the case. I want to help where I can, but I can't if you don't tell me what's going on.
If anything happens, you'll help whether you like it or not.
So no warning. You're just going to expect me to up and quit whatever I'm doing. I will, but I'd like to know if you know.
That's what all of us would do. I can tell you what I know, and I can tell you what I don't know.
Are you going to?
I am.
Okay.
Is this an earshot of everybody?
I mean,
I'm not hiding it.
to all of you, as Zumi comes up and kind of pauses, and then as people begin kind of turning to Rem, you all are kind of interrupted by this kind of padding footfall of Roxy kind of rushing up. I even forgot to mention it because I wasn't even thinking about it, but she's wearing this large purpled silk dress that kind of goes all the way down. Just the thing that similar to the kind of dress that you saw her wearing at the dinner, and similar to the kind of attire that you all know she despises. But as she kind of blows some of the hair that came into her eyes out of her face, she says, well, I'll be seeing you all in, hopefully Father's speech doesn't last for an hour like last time he got to talk to people en masse. But if you're all around after the speech, you will all be the first place I look. Okay?
I'll make sure to stick around.
Right. I'll see you all soon. And she kind of waves and turns and kind of goes back, and you can even see Varder, as he's walking with the king and queen, kind of turn and raise an eyebrow at her before she kind of comes back in with the four of them, and the four of them with the Grey Wall security kind of walk away. The Grey Wall guard approaches the six of you and politely but very very sternly tells you that you are now that they would like you now to be on the opposite side of them as the crowd's dispersing, and if you head over to the southern side of the water fountain of the marketplace, you can get a better view of the stage, as it will fill up quick. And as all of you are led out to the stage, off of the kind of barred off area by the Greywall Guard, away from this monument to one of your greatest achievements, with some of the party beginning to raise their eyebrow at the festival around them. We're going to end the session there for the night.
Damn.
Thank you, everybody,
Lame.
so much for watching. Thank you to Jazz, Suzanne, Alpha, James, and Helminia for joining me on this adventure. I thought we might get done with the festival, but goddamn, you guys smack the shit out of each other and could take it. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Thank you for watching on Twitch, or if you're watching the rerun on YouTube, and knowing that I will find a quick way to introduce some art that apparently we have gotten and I've not had the opportunity to see yet next week. As I'm very excited to see it, and I saw it I saw someone talk about it in the chat, and I'm very excited. But until then, with the conclusion to the Fire Festival, the Festival of the World Eater, we will be back next week. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.